The course outline is a college program and course document. It outlines the expectations for both students and instructors and is an essential document for determining transfer credit at other institutions or prior learning assessment credit. It's important to note that this will be very different from instructor to instructor and program to program, as some of the expectations around this course outline are also college expectations, program expectations, or center expectations, and then also individual. So for example, you may have an instructor who teaches several sections, and another instructor would have to abide by some of those policies and things. There's also a number of other policies, college policies that play into it, and program policies such as grading and assessment. And so you'll see a lot of resources around that. You'll also see a course outline, assignment, and some templates, and some examples and support helps. There'll be another video that will flesh out the details of this in much more detail and will probably help step by step if that's going to be useful to you. I'll go through just the general gist. So course outline looks something like this, and as you can see within here, there's a number of different parts that might be either just the instructor or the program, or it might be a full center policy, or it might come directly from the academic council. So right here, this has been approved by the academic council and so is in the academic calendar. So it's important to get that information from there. This one can be decided by yourself and or the program in terms of which semester or year this is going to be taught. The center section, for example, you can see we have a triangle here. This whole section can be changed depending on some of the detail that needs to be. So you can see that area there, as well as course outcomes, course format and instructional method, required text, materials, and technology. And of course on the back side, some specific course-specific learning resources, assessments, and general course expectations. You can see that some of the specifics here is, of course, the instructor needs to fill in his information and his office hours, but you can see, of course, these areas right here where they can use the Lethbridge College academic calendar for prerequisites, credits, prior learning assessment, supplemental exam, co-requisites, for example. Some of this, for example, could be taken from the timetable, and some of this information, of course, brought from your program. You can see course outcomes can be changed, but of course it often needs to be that specific program discussion, always with your chair. Sometimes those need to go to the dean because it may affect a course calendar description, and of course that should be directly from the academic calendar because that goes through academic council. So it's important that these conversations happen together. You can see that the instructional methods can be very specifically in the instructor, and of course the instructor of the program for materials, technology, and text, as well as even some of these learning resources that are specific and some of the general course expectations. Now you can see in assessments, for example, it's important to always talk across the sections within a program, as well as giving your own specific ideas of what should be assessed. And it's important to give the dates, for instance, for the students, the value, because it reflects some of the depth. Of course, when and how many and how long they take is important because, of course, you need to give 30% feedback by the withdrawal date. So it plays into some of these policies as well. You can certainly have separate documents added or connected to it in things like a separate handout for each of the assignments, but you could flesh that out here, and of course done in a rubric. Now participation definitely needs to be part of an outcome if that is something that you're assessing, and should also have a rubric as well, but may actually play into the program attendance policy as well as some of your specific expectations on participation. So take a look at some of those, and as you can see, we'll give some of the information about program and information. There should be lots of resources. We hope this helps you, and have fun with that course outline.